They took everything from me: my name, my confidence, my sense of self. And the worst part? I let them. For years, I handed people the tools to destroy me and smiled while they used them. But the day I finally broke was the day I became unbreakable. If you have ever looked in the mirror and felt like a stranger was staring back at you, stay with me. Because what I'm about to tell you is not a story about a woman who had everything and lost it. It's a story about a woman who never even knew what she had until someone took it anyway. Subscribe right now, because every week I tell the stories nobody else will. And this one is going to stay with you. I want to start before the damage, before the silence, before I learned how to make myself small enough to fit inside someone else's idea of who I should be. I grew up in a house where keeping the peace was the highest form of love. My mother was a quiet woman, not weak, just tired. And my father was the kind of man who filled every room with his opinion. We didn't fight in my house. We just agreed. We nodded. We moved on. And I watched that pattern every single day of my childhood, absorbing it like water into dry soil, without ever understanding what it was doing to my roots.
I deleted my blog. I quit my creative writing group with some excuse about being too busy. I started studying for a certification in project management because it was practical. And every step I took away from myself, I told myself I was growing up. I told myself this was what love required: compromise, sacrifice, becoming a better, more grounded version of yourself. I didn't understand that I wasn't becoming better. I was becoming less. The relationship ended not with a dramatic scene. There was no final argument, no thrown keys, no tearful goodbye at a doorstep. It ended on a Thursday evening when I was washing dishes and he was watching something in the other room. And I realized I could not remember the last time I had a thought that felt like mine. I stood there with my hands in soapy water and felt the most profound emptiness I have ever known. And I thought, this is not a life. This is a performance with no audience and no applause. I left 2 weeks later, and everyone around me said I would feel better soon. I did not feel better. My mother said, "But you don't seem sick," as if pain needed to be visible to be real, as if I owed everyone a symptom before I was allowed to heal. I pulled back from social media, quietly, without announcement. I just stopped performing. I stopped crafting the version of myself that was fine, that was thriving, that had it together. I lost followers. I felt the silence of it like a physical thing. And then, slowly, gradually, I started to feel relief inside that silence, like I had put down a weight I didn't even know I was carrying. Every morning before work, I walked. Not fast, not with a playlist or a podcast, just walked. Felt my feet on the pavement, noticed the temperature of the air. These were small things, invisible acts of rebellion against every version of me that had ever believed she needed to earn the right to take up space. Nobody cheered for any of it. Nobody knew. And for the first time in my life, I didn't need them to. About 8 months into this quiet work, I was cleaning my laptop, and I found the folder, the one with my manuscript in it. I read it 3 times, and I felt the pull, that old, familiar gravity that had once organized my entire world around his approval. I sat with it for a full evening. I let myself feel it without acting on it. And then I closed the message, and I did not reply. Not out of anger, not out of strategy, but because I finally understood that some doors close not with a lock and key, but with your own clear, quiet decision to stop standing in front of them.
Then my manager was promoted, above me, despite everything. I found out on a Monday morning in the most casual way, a company-wide email, as if it were simply the natural order of things. And the injustice of it burned. It genuinely burned. I applied for a senior editorial role at another company, put everything I had into the application, and I did not get it. And for about 2 weeks, the old voice came back, that low, familiar whisper that said, "See, this is who you are. You were right to be small." I called my therapist, I went back to my journal, I kept writing, and slowly, not dramatically, not overnight, the voice got quieter. And here is the thing I noticed that I want you to hold on to. The second rejection hurt less than the first. Not because I cared less, but because I had more of myself to stand on. The ground beneath me was sturdier now, and I had built it myself, brick by brick, on every ordinary morning when nobody was watching and nothing felt cinematic, and I did it anyway. The third application was different. I walked into that interview as the version of me that had survived all of the above, and I did not hide a single part of her. I talked about my writing with the confidence of someone who had earned back the right to claim it. I talked about what I could slowly, one ordinary day at a time. You cannot be broken by anyone who no longer has access to your foundation. And they will only ever have access to your foundation if you keep handing them the key. Take the key back. Keep it. Build something they will never be able to reach. If this story moved something in you, share it with one woman today who needs to hear it. Just one. You might not know how much she needs it, but you probably have a feeling. Follow this channel because every week I'm here, telling the stories nobody else will tell. The quiet ones, the real ones, the ones that happen not on stages but in bathroom stalls and early morning walks and blank documents opened with shaking hands. And if you are in your own rebuild right now, drop a brick in the comments. No explanation needed, no context required. I'll see it, and I'll know exactly what it means.